Thank heavens for that sidearm. Hey, Henny, be careful with those. Overshield inbound.
Flight return.
Neither of us punched with a respectful fight. Same with you. Taking you with me. Oh my god, we're terrible. We're both terrible for that. What is up, you guys? Razor here, and whether you're new to Halo, whether your PC barely runs the game, these are the settings for you. Because for me, I'm pretty new to Halo Online. I'm using a normal Dualshock 4 controller, and my game barely functions. So let's get right into these settings. So first of all, I'm on a custom button layout. You can first set this to button puncher, or even leave it there. Totally understand. But I feel like these are the best settings for Halo, because R3 is really important for melee. If you're like me, I switched to slide or crouch a long time ago in FPS for R3. But in Halo, melee is just so important that I'm trying to switch back. It's really tough for me, but I highly recommend it. Thumbstick layout default. Turn off vibration, I just highly recommend it. You'll aim a lot better. I have these all unselected. You could hold the crouch if you do prefer it. That's totally preference. Hold the zoom, that's how you ADS without having to click it again to un-ADS. Hold the sprint. If you don't like the way the sprinting works, where you just click it once and move, if you want to be able to just hold it at all times, whether that's the way you move or not, just click this in. And movement assisted steering, that's basically for vehicles, you don't have to worry about that. Maintain sprint, makes you sprint after you're performing a certain action. I wish this worked better than... I wish this was for every action, but I don't think it's for every single action. Auto climber, this is basically auto mantle, you want this on. And I've tried this off and on. Haven't noticed much of a difference on step jump. I just have it on. And now let's get into the juicy stuff, the actual sensitivity. So I left the acceleration on default, and I turned up the sensitivity to 6 and 6. You'll see why when I scroll down, and that is because, well, I'll show you my sensitivity. I like it on 0.8 for 1.4 sensitivity, but these are all your sights. I like default for the rest of them, but you could go ahead and mix with these. You're going to have to play with every single setting though, so you're ready for every single gun when you ADS. This is your thumbstick dead zone, so you can move these if you're having issues with your sprinting. Like if you're pressing down on your left stick and nothing's happening, like if you feel an input delay, make sure you turn these down a bit. I wouldn't turn them all the way down to 0, because you'll probably start experiencing some weird stuff. You can turn this one down to 0, your look thumbstick, but I have it down to 0.5, and it feels pretty smooth. This gives you so much more control than the default dead zone, which is all the way up here, which is actually insane. It feels super sluggish when you have the dead zones on that high, so I highly recommend that you turn them down here. Now here are my custom binds, which you can see on the right. All I did was change jump, and I throw grenade with X or A. So, basically, button puncher, but I swapped around jump and grenade. Here are my video settings. Like I said, preference once again, but I highly recommend you turn up your field of view to max if you can. My game doesn't run very well, so I tried 100, and it runs a little better, so if you're experiencing issues, turn it back down. Highly recommend you turn this on. And the rest of this just depends on your system. I can't really advise you use certain settings besides all low, unless you have an absolute beast of a PC. Or if you're playing on Xbox, it doesn't really matter. These actually should be turned down though. Make sure you turn down your blur to 0 and your screen shake to 0. You can keep this one at default if you want, but I turned this one down as well. And this is basically all the effects that happen to you. You don't have to turn this one down as low as I did. You might want to leave this one default, but it's totally preference. This I turned off because it's just using more performance on my PC, so I turned it off. Sharpening, you can turn this down to 50, but anything below 50 is just does not look good whatsoever. So default's probably, or even higher than 60 is a good call for this if you can run it. It's all really just preference. You can turn down the music here if it's blasting your ears. And I set mine up to 9 for hit detection, just preference. You can turn off the subtitles here as well for online. I left the rest of this default. The UI. Played with this a little bit. This is where you turn on your FPS counter and your latency in the top right corner. These two right here. And you can actually customize the colors of what you see. So that's really cool. All preference, of course. And I actually like showing the enemy team name. I don't know why, but I think it makes them appear a little bit easier. You do really have to look at them before you see the name. It's not like it shows their name like insanely far away or anything like that, but I feel like it helps. Left those on. And basically just default settings from here. Accessibility. Didn't really do much to this. Pretty much just left everything default. Besides the sensories. If these settings help you, make sure you let me know down below and hit the like button. Helps others know if these settings will help them or not, and it gets into the algorithm. If you dislike, make sure you hit that dislike button. And I will see you in maybe some more Halo videos. Let me know down below if you want to see some more Halo. Let me know if you want to see some more Apex. I'm pretty much down for whatever, so just let me know what you want to see. I'm down to create it. But anyways, those are my Halo Infinite settings, and I will see you in the next video.
I'm getting weed. I'm not playing smart right now. I gotta like hug.
I gotta get guns. That's my number one problem. Can't find guns.
Yeah.
V, or
I know. I gotta do it more. Just saying it out loud. So I
Rice
do it more.
balls. Oh, damn, bro. They all up in there.
oh man, I should not have jumped right there. Why did I do that? I was low and I jumped up.
I got guys on me. Oh, Lord.
No way, dude. I just spawned. They're going for the active camo.
I know.
All of them are.
Razor, there's 3 back here.
He's cracked. Oh, what the? This dude was.
Oh, I almost got him.
Bro, he just pooped on me too.
Went behind me.
I'm landing right out of the way.
Are you? 5?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
man, you popped off. You catching up?
Oh,
All right.
you are.
Word, I gotta catch up.
All right, I gotta look at the KD raise. Let's
Holy
see who had
shit.
the best KD.
Best
Wait,
KD, and
let me
my
go to the
damage was
score.
fat, and my damage was pretty fat.
Fat? Okay, wait.
My damage
KD
was pretty...
4.3, 10.3.
Oh,